relation there to counsel, and how it was rounded off. I was just saying, hey, you disappeared in the thickness of things. This is somebody on her version who wanted to confront me, and this is how then the whole thing eventuates. So I asked Wandoyika for the why, which is slang of some kind. Then she says, I won't say anything. Then I asked, Ndioyikeka, am I fearful? And then she says, yay, ewe. And then she laughs. And then that eventually eventuates at 1236 with me saying, I don't believe. And I'm sweet and human at a social level, but very serious about work. This is what I say at 1644 at page 1236. She then elects to remain silent. Then I ask, is it because you disbelieve? Then she shows that emoji. Then lukewarm. This is her answer. You are a lukewarm person. And then I say, not at all. When I say 2 at 1645, then she says, you know that. And then she says, I believe you. Then I say, I reach out. And then she ends up by saying, we'll notice from now on.
You are now on page 1237.
I'm now at page 1237. There's nothing of significance that I would like to highlight, counsel, unless you want me to there's a specific topic that you want me to address.
No, not on this.
The only one that I seek to address is at page 1239. After I had sent a picture of a lady holding a hoe, she then says to me, Inoba, your imagination takes you to the pitch of Mount Everest. Your imagination takes you to the pitch of Mount Everest. And then I laugh at that. And then I say, Yiti Sibone. In other words, I say to her, demonstrate that pitch of Mount Everest. That is, then she says, high. That high is a no, but there's no rebuff about it. I submit, or this is my view, because I was saying, Yiti Sibone, I am saying, you must demonstrate that you are pitch of Mount Everest. Show me that you are pitch of Mount Everest. Then she says, aye. Then I say, you have what it takes. And then there is something that I shared with her at 10:04. This appears at 1241. And then there's a laughing emoji from her, and nothing is of significance. Then I say to her on 7 July, please share helicopter something. Then she shares a video at which is 0:29 seconds long at 1846. And then she greets me evening, and then I say hello. And then she says, pleasure, Daddy, at 1851. And then it's me, then at 1851 at page 1.
Had she called you Daddy before?
This is the first time.
Okay.
Yes. Then I say, Undibiza kamnandi at 1851. Biza kamnandi.
Undibiza kamnandi or biza kamnandi, it's more one saying you pronounce me nicely.
You address me
or
nicely.
You address me nicely.
And then she reciprocates by an emoji of a hug, and somebody says, laughing. And then I send a heart, and then I say reciprocate. And then she says, you see, unjalo ke singavani nje ilendo. This is what I don't like about you, because I'm saying, please reciprocate. Then at page 1244 at 1902, she says, ucimelani ndingekafundi. So it means it must have been a text that I had shared, which was deleted. But she says, why do you delete before I read? Sorry, before I read, ndingekafundi. I hope I'm correct.
Why are you deleting text before I read them?
Thank you.
Can you just pause for a while? Thank you.
Shall I proceed here?
Yes.
Thank you. Cimelani ndingekafundi, why do you delete before I read? And then the things that are deleted. She says at 1904, I know that kills. I can't remember what she was talking about. Then I ask, what? Because even then I may not have understood. Then there is this particular video from me, from a distance and looking at it. It's got two people standing side by side, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members. But it attracts a comment from her which says, "Ndinosizi lwakho," laughingly and with a flirtatious emoji, in my view. "Ndinosizi lwakho, I have pity for you."
I have pity for you. I feel sorry for you.
Then immediately thereafter at 1245, she says, "Ungandibuzi. Don't ask me why I say I have pity for you." Then I ask, "Are you a python?"
Well, let's pause there. Let's pause there because so many interpretations of that can be tossed around. What did you mean?
What did I mean by saying, "Are you a python?"
Yes.
I understood her to be actually pitying me because she knew herself to have more vitality. She knew herself to have more vitality. In other words, if I may put it in Xhosa, python inhlwathi, am I correct, ma'am? It's the type of snake that the python is the type of snake that
Let's just wait. The interpreter
squeeze,
will get absorbed
that
with
tends
something.
to squeeze you,
Okay.
crush your bones, and then it swallows you. Python.
JP, it's
Even
fine.
though, Chair, I've never done an extensive studies on.
Okay.
Crush your bones, and then it swallows you. Python.
JP, it's
Even
fine.
though, Chair, I've never done an extensive studies on snake. However, the understanding general is that a python is a very powerful snake that can squeeze you to death. That's how much strength it has. So it can do anything to its prey at any given moment when it's given an opportunity. That's my little understanding of the actual snake called python.
It kills by conscription.
Yes.
What is
Pardon?
it? Constriction.